In this demo, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at creating virtual hard disks. The purpose of the virtual hard disk is to store data associated with the various virtual machines. We've got three different types we can create. We can create a dynamic virtual disk. This is one that grows as required. We can create a fixed virtual disk, which is set in size at creation. And we can create a differencing virtual hard disk as well that captures all the changes from a base virtual machine. An example of that may be a snapshot. So what we'll do here is just click on New, Hard Disk. Won't bother showing the little wizard again. So we'll click our Next button. We're going to create a dynamic expanding disk first of all. Click our Next button. What we'll do here is we'll just call this one Demo 7. And we'll call it Dynamic. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to save the C drive into a folder called Virtual Machines. So yep, we're happy with that. Click our Next button. We're going to create the 127 gig hard disk. It's going to take nowhere near that size, but we'll click Next anyway. We can see it's dynamically expanding. Next thing we'll do is click Finish. That's now create that hard disk. Next thing we'll do here is we'll now create a fixed hard disk. Click our New button again. Come to our hard disk wizard. We're going to go for a fixed disk. We're going to call this one Demo 7 Fixed. Again, save it in C:\\virtual machines. Click our Next button, but this time I don't have 127 gig free, and because this is a fixed disk, I need to create it, and I'll just create it 5 gig just so it doesn't take all my disk space on my C drive. Click my Next button, click my Finish button. Now creates the new hard disk, so I've now got a 5 gig disk as well. The last one I'm going to create is a differencing disk. Now what I have to do here is I have to tie it into a disk that already exists. So again, we'll just come for New, Hard Disk, and we'll go for Differencing Disk. Click our Next button. Give this one a name. So all we'll do with this one is we'll just call this one Demo 7 Diff. And again, start in our Virtual Machines folder. Click our Next button. Specify the virtual disk that has the actual parent that we're going to associate this differencing disk with. So we'll just browse through here. And what I've got on my E drive, under lab files, I actually have a machine that already exists, and I'm going to tie this differencing disk into. So we'll just tie it into our Windows Server 2008 machine. Open this up here. Click our Next button. Click our Finish button. And we now have our differencing disk. So now what we'll do is we'll just come into Windows Explorer just so we can see these disks. So within here we can see our fixed disk. We can see it is 5 GB in size. We can see our differencing disk, which is very small. It's only 515 kilobytes, but not as small as our dynamic disk here. So this one here, 256K. Now this is, in theory, a 127 gigabyte disk. So we can see the three different disk types. We can see them in Windows Explorer. We can see that the fixed one is fixed in size. We can see the differencing, and the dynamic disk will dynamically expand as required. And that's the end of this demonstration. Thanks very much.